So good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We've got people from all over the world to join this USI Tech presentation. My name's James, and this is my lovely wife, Grace. We're always pleased to host you here. And we've got a special guest today. I want to introduce him. This is the infamous Mr. Rodney Burton, Bitcoin Rodney. How you doing, Rodney?
How's it going, bro? And how you doing? Lock it, I guess.
Yeah, we're doing well. We're going to have Rodney introduce himself a little bit, but he's kind of a legend in USI Tech for a number of reasons, as well as a long-established and experienced direct sales professional. And Rodney, you're of course particularly well known for these famous videos that you get to do with the owners from time to time. So I want to pick your brains a little bit about what you've been hearing from the owners, because you obviously have a very close relationship with them. But maybe I think we've got people from all over the world. We got, I don't know, I call them out again, but we've got people from Australia to Slovenia to Norway to Ireland to UK, obviously all over North America, Hong Kong, China. You can pretty much span the globe. So we've got quite a lot of people on here. And a lot of them are members, and then a lot of them are just interested. So, many of our team is now about 4,000 people or so. And so a lot of people have been inviting guests as well. So we've got a real interested crew, but you're, one of the great leaders in the company and wanted to, and also one of our uplines. So I guess we have, I guess there's, well, a couple people, three, you're, I guess, 3 levels above Grace and I. We got Frank.
Are you Director Frank?
Yeah.
Yep. Then it's Jameson Palmer, and then me.
And then yourself. Yeah. So we got 3 giants above us. So it's great to have a lot of terrific leadership like that. Rodney, maybe you could introduce a little bit about yourself. I know you're from the Washington, D.C. area. I used to live in Washington, D.C. Myself, by the way. And but how you got involved in the company, and we're going to go through a presentation. Maybe we can pick your brains also as we go along about what you heard at the USA launch and what you've been learning from the owners. Be great to catch up on the interview that you did, and maybe you could, there's some other recent developments, of course. So any of all that, but how did you get involved in USI Tech, and what made you interested? And who's Rodney? Who's Bitcoin Rodney?
First of all, let me give you guys a great big shout out and thanks for having me on. I greatly, really appreciate it. It's a privilege to be amongst some of the great people on our team and to be talking to you guys and you guys picking my brains. So I really appreciate that, number one. Number two, to answer your question, James, I was looking for something very, very huge to get into. But I couldn't just, do anything, because I get 1,000 messages a day about joining this and joining that, come over here, come over there. And, I'm very picky because most of the things I've done online, I've done very, very well. And there have been a few things that have been a straight letdown. And of course, people always know you for your letdowns, so all your accomplishments. But
right.
Anyway, so I was more particular and more questionable of my next deal that I was going to join. So I got a call, and they said, "Hey, man, you need to check out USI Tech, blah, 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 blah." At this time, there was barely 30,000 people in the company, barely. And maybe 10 or 20 out of the U.S. was actually in it. And I said, tell you what, in order for me to do this, I'm going to have to go meet these guys, interview them, look at their documentation. Let me see what is what to make sure that I'm not getting myself in some deal that I'm later on going to pull the wool over my eyes. And all we can do is all we can do. I mean, anything can happen. However, at least let me do my due diligence and find out what is best for my team to follow me. At least I'll do my best. So I flew out to London and out there for about almost a week. And this is before I joined. One of the most important things that caught my eye was this. They said, "Rodney, you can join today for free and have a check tomorrow." I said, "Come on," are you serious? He said, "You can join today for free and have a check tomorrow." without any qualifications. Without any qualifications. Not that I can't qualify, but but for the average Joe and the average Joanne, that is very, very important. That most things that are a scam want you to put $2,000, $10,000, $500 up front, get your money, and then get you in and run. They said join for free, share with some others. Tomorrow you can pull your money out without any problems. I said, man, you got to bet. So I joined up, and then I shared with a few of my friends. They got excited about what they saw. They put a few bucks in, and then, the very same day, actually, I had money available, and the next day I was able to take it out if I chose to, about $700. And so after that, so I kept interviewing some more and looked at some of their documentation of their trading that I was privy to actually see. I actually spoke at 2 or 3 of their meetings. I was in meeting after meeting after meeting the whole time I was there. It was business, 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 business. And after a week of talking with these guys and looking into their eyes to see the soul, to make sure that they really, really want to see us succeed, that's what really got me. I mean, you can look at everything you want to, but look at the individuals, and you can also know that these guys aren't the run-of-the-mill guys that you meet online that want to get together, put a company together, and get paid. They were already successful, very successful prior to us joining. You must remember that these guys, before us, it cost you $100,000 minimum to be a part of their system, a minimum. But they said when Mike Kiefer came along, Mike Kiefer, the other owner and co-owner, and he came along, he said, hey, let's take it to network marketing and open this up to the masses and take the company to $1 billion company. And that is why the reason we are here today is, because we want to make it bigger. Hold on a second, everybody messages me at the same time. And so that was my reasoning for going over there, and they enjoyed me interviewing them, and they telling the facts the way it is. And one thing I like the way they explain USI is this: USI is not a meat-eating flower. And what do I mean when I say meat-eating flower? Meat-eating flower is, most of you guys know this. I ain't gotta tell you this, but you see these great programs out there, these great capture pages, these great funnels, these great landing pages, and all these crazy bells and whistles and design. They get you in because it's a pretty flower, get you in the background, and then there's nothing there. There's no real back office. It's ugly. They're still, building and putting it together. USI already had the back office done nicely, smooth, the mechanics, getting paid on a regular basis. Of course, there's a few bugs here and there, but other than that, they had the background already done. And now they're working on the flower part, the funnels, the trainings, the legal part on the front page of the funnels these days. So they're putting together something, man, that's going to be, and I happen to know some information that, let me tell you one thing. I hate to skip around a little bit, but after October 28th, we will be able, or we'll be doing, is taking over the whole crypto space. I mean, it's going to be incredible. I can't even wait. I mean, it's hard to keep back not telling you what is coming because I've seen it. And once you guys know, to bring together a new product, it's going to pay us 65% even more than we're making right now. And I said, oh my God, so that's pretty exciting. Some of us and some of you, right, between the end of October and January 1st, we do $500,000 to $1 million just maybe in those 2-3 months, just because of this new product that's coming. I mean, it's going to crush a lot of stuff that's out there. So that is how I got into USI. My upline is Joel Bryant, a great guy. He's followed me into a few different things, and I asked him, and he told me he wanted me to get in. I said, bro, in order to get in this deal, I need to know this, 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 and this. I got to fly out there, meet these guys. I got to find out this, this, and that. If it shows up to be correct, I'm in. I'll go hard. And my team members were starving too. They wanted something they can finally grab hold to, tie their boots up in, and get busy. And here we are on USI.
When was that trip to London? That was what, March? Something like that?
The very beginning of April.
April. Okay.
Yeah, I started exactly on April the 12th. And so right now I'm at 100 and maybe 110 days. I'm earning a little between 18 and 24,000 a week. Not too bad. And my team members are doing very, very well. I even have guys in my downline who do more than I do. So it's exciting to know you can get in the program and go to work. And this is without funnels and websites and landing pages. People are doing well. Okay. And guess what? There's still some more work to do. Don't get me wrong. There's still more work to do. But as it stands right now, we're getting through the weeds.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting. I've heard a few tips about what will be released in October 28th in London. And by the way, Grace and I will be there, so we're excited. We got our VIP tickets right when they came out, so
Me too.
that'll be good. Yeah. Are you going to be in Mallorca, by the way?
Of course, I wouldn't miss
yeah,
it. As a leader, you should not miss any of these big events for none other than for your team support.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, that's the way we feel. So we qualified for Mallorca in our first 3 weeks, and looking forward to that. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, we got but that's just a small number. We got a lot of great leaders that have come on board as come on your team as well.
Mm-hmm.
What you have interviewed the owners recently, and I guess we'll come on to, we're going to do a little presentation. Maybe you could just comment as I run through it, and we could talk about the presentation as well and get some different things. But we've got some changes going, like for example, the changes in the compensation plan, and we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That came out in your interview with the owners as well. You had Mike Kiefer, our frontline ambassador, and Horst Jika, basically our CEO, I guess, on an interview with you. I put that out on my channel too. It's a great interview. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do that. You're really good at asking questions where they just seem to give out more information than they do to anybody else. I don't know how you do it, man.
I don't know. I just and they're always very, very anxious for me to interview them. They come on, let's do the interview, Rodney. Come on. They're so like, they want you guys to hear what they have to say. They want to be out there. They're not hiding. They're very, very transparent. No matter what no one else says, these guys are very, very transparent, and they do want to see us successful. They do want to have a legacy of them helping a lot of people. And I love that, thing about them as well.
Yeah. Rodney, should we go through, I've got, your standard PPT and a little bit updated with some of the things as a result of the changes in the T and terms and conditions recently. Can we go through that, and you could kind of comment on it? We can play off of each other if that would work out all right. Yeah, is that all right?
Sure, man. This is your show, man. I'm just following.
No, well, it's the Rodney show. You're our featured guest, brother. But no, I think it'll be good for people to get your perspective on the presentation.
Okay.
Guys, can you see the PPT now? Let me know in the chat, guys, just so that I know when to kind of switch things over. Tell me in the chat. You can see it, Rodney?
Yep.
Let's see. Just make sure everybody. Yeah, everybody else can see it too. Okay, that's cool. All right. So let's gotta just close some things. It's a funny thing about Zoom. Not everybody can see what we see in here, but it's really good. So you can tell Rodney and I are talking about USI Tech, and Grace here as well. And it's really been transforming people's lives. And I think we've got a lot of people on the call here. And if you're a guest here, just talk to anybody. But as Rodney said, I mean, the amazing thing, you commit yourself to 50 euros and you're making money the next day. It's just an unbelievable experience. And that's been true for everybody. So this is, the full name is United Software Intelligence. I'm just going to give a little disclaimer. So this is a presentation from an independent USI partner. Proof of payment is no guarantee that you will earn the same. It would be possible to earn this and more with an equal or greater strategy and work ethic. Any earnings figures that we've stated or will show are not a guarantee of income. Figures are presented for illustration purposes only. So that's our legal stuff out of the way, and glad to get it out of the way. But USI Tech is when vision and perfection come together, great things happen. Rodney, I've talked to guys like Marco Brill, who's had a kind of a heart-to-heart back in the day, even back in the pre-launch period with João Felipe Fernandes Severino, one of the other owners, who really had a vision for making sure that people didn't lose money in Forex. And has his interesting story that he went out and hired the developer who's still the lead developer for USI Tech today, and brought him on board to make sure that they could have a product that where people could carefully and prudently gain money and not be afraid of losing money. And that's really what has come through in the software product. And that vision, of course, is now carried over into our BTC product, which is even more lucrative. And then we had Mike Kiefer in and the network marketing and direct sales component, and we've got great things happening for all of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So why USI Tech? And this is just an intro for those of you who are wondering, why are we talking about this company? We're really using these USI Tech companies to leverage and multiply two things so far. And there's more products coming, but one of them is paper currency. It's a Forex software that enables us to trade, and also Bitcoin. So we're really positioning ourselves, especially in this Bitcoin world, in front of emerging trends in the cryptocurrency markets. And then who's the company? What is this company? Well, USI Tech is a company that's registered in the United Arab Emirates. It's got offices in Dubai. I always like to because Grace and I travel around a lot. We've been to Dubai and to the Emirates. And I like to clarify for people that the United Arab Emirates is something like the United States. They have 7 Emirates in the United Arab Emirates. And we're registered in one of the Emirates, and we have an office in the other of the Emirates, Dubai. But anyway, that's just to clarify. It's a little bit like being registered in Delaware and doing business in New York. But there was all kinds of confusion out there, and we'll talk in a minute about the legal opinion that we recently got that helps to clarify that for all of us. But USI has been operating with private clients, as Rodney said, for a minimum of $100,000, these VIP clients, over the last 3 years. The direct sales company for USI was established in June 2016, went into pre-launch in September 2016, formally launched, I don't know if it was October 30th or October 31st or November 1st, whatever it was, Rodney, but as you said, the annual celebration is October the 28th in London, and we're going to be there. That'll be awesome. 2 products so far, and we're going to tease Rodney. He's maybe going to drop some hints. We don't know on what the next product is, but he's already told us it's a lot more lucrative, and I've heard that as well. I think the current products are a Forex EA. That's an expert advisor. We affectionately call it our trading robot. It's a Forex robot. Grace and I have been using it, and actually we just popped a lot more money into it in this past week because we tested it with about $5,000 and then bumped it up to about $30,000. So because we liked the way it was testing out for us. And that's you get a software product, and then you open your own brokerage account and trade on that. We're not going to talk too much about the Forex. If you have questions about it, pop those questions in the chat or the Q&A, and we'll be glad to answer those. We're really going to focus a little bit more on the highly popular Bitcoin package. But I'll briefly introduce the owners, and would love, Rodney, you met with all of them so very well. I'm kind of Facebook friends, and I've talked a couple of times with Mike Kiefer on the phone, but you've had the chance to meet them in person. We got João Felipe Fernandes Severino, who's worked with clients since 2007, has 15 years of solid trading experience in Forex. Ralph Gold, who's managed those VIP clients over the past 3 years, together with João Severino, giving them a good return on a consistent basis. Horst Jika, who you've interviewed, of course, several times, our CEO and corporate management specialist. He's also been taking some companies public, as far as I understand. $250 million public offering was one of his featured products. So a guy with solid corporate credentials and someone I admire. He clearly has a lot of corporate smarts, and he's been leading the charge in terms of making sure that the company is legally compliant and administratively running. And a company without that gets too big, it's going to crash. So I'm just delighted that a guy of his caliber is leading the charge here with us in that area. And then Mike Kiefer, our master distributor and company ambassador, I think was a a client for these guys, liked the software, but found it too complicated. Finally got it dumbed down to, I've heard him laughingly say he got it dumbed down so even someone like him could use it, and then came up with the idea to bring it in direct selling. But you met these guys, Rodney. What's your take on these guys, and what's cool about this combination of people?
Glad you asked that. You know, I like Ralph Gold. I like Horst Jika. I love Mike Kiefer, and I actually speak to these guys almost nightly or every other night. We're on the phone. We're doing calls for other leaders. We're discussing new things for the company coming up. They kind of a little bit consult with me about certain things, and some things they take, some things they don't take. You know, it's all good. But these guys are deep, and they get in depth with making sure what they put out works. And if it does not work, they correct it quickly and bring us something even better. They work good with each other as well. I mean, there's not a lot of bickering that I see. I've only met Ralph Gold, Horst Jika, and Mike Kiefer. I have not met Joao yet, but I will be meeting him when we go to Mallorca. Ralph, he is a very funny guy. I think he's German, and he has a very, very deep accent, and he's actually very, very funny. But this guy knows his work when it comes to trading. I mean, he knows his stuff. I mean, I sat down with him and picked his brain about trading, and I'm no expert at trading myself at all. By all means, just to let everybody know I'm not a trader. But the questions that I asked him, or questions that people that told me to ask, and he answered them very, 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 very well. To me at least. Horst is a family man, you know, loving wife. He is more the backbone that wants perfection. He wants to make sure the USI is, you know, damn near perfect, so that, you know, them, legal, and us are all taken care of. And Mike is definitely a great networker. He's been in large companies prior to this. This is his baby, so he really wants to see it work as well.
Yeah, I like the combination of them. You know, you get kind of the software geek and the trading expert and the corporate expert and the people expert with a financial services company of this nature. I mean, that's a fabulous combination. The four of them balance each other off really well. I think that's powerful.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's who USI Tech, and of course there's financial analysts, there's traders, there's developers who also offer support and continue to improve the software and the packages. And I guess something that you've been learning also, Rodney, they've even, you know, they've been very transparent about addressing their weaknesses. They had to pick up and do better on the support side of things, and they've been working very hard on compliance. So we've had a lot of developments there, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, in a very, 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 very near future, they've already hired 25 new people for support, and they're training them right now. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be in progress. It's going to learn every little thing. We've had a few bugs trying to communicate with their staff here and there, but it will be up and running in full spectrum by October 28th. You'll be able to actually call in and speak to people as well as send emails too. So that is really, really, really cool. What else you got going on in development? Well, go ahead. You go ahead, and I'll chime in.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I heard the support function. A lot of it's being moved over to the United States, and we will have support, and I think like a video chat kind of function as well. So that's been really great. Now, on the legal compliance, Rodney, you were there when they released this information. So they had hired the #1 network marketing attorney in the United States, arguably, maybe even in the world, Kevin Thompson, who gave us an 8-point set of advice. And one of those advices was to get advice of SEC counsel. And they released this opinion from Hart David Carson, well-reputed Chicago law firm. And I'm not going to go through the details of this. You guys can get back to us or watch this. But they did a full, thorough legal opinion. It took 4 months to run through it. Went through all the documentation, checked out all the people and the resources and so forth. They went through in detail, understanding the two products, the Forex software, that we have talked about and made a formal legal description of it with the MT4 Forex platform. They went through the BTC package, which is based fundamentally on mining. It also includes some training and other ways to make it operate, and then rendered this legal opinion. Number one, that confirmed that the company is a company in good standing, based out of the United Arab Emirates, Ras Al Khaimah, and qualified to do business and in good standing in every jurisdiction where such qualification is required. So all that kind of garbage stuff that was being said out on the internet, completely disproved by this legal opinion. I love that. That was a nice one. They also did due diligence. The lawyers did on all on the company, all the officers, and even on the top leaders in the company. No cases, nothing that could result in a material adverse change in condition, financial or otherwise, of the USI Tech organization. Terrific opinion there. USI Tech also in compliance with the regulations currently in place by the Federal Trade Commission, and fully reflective of the valid and existing multi-level marketing business model adherent to the two leading cases on that, as well as confirming, of course, that USI Tech, the two products are not are products. They're not securities and not covered securities covered by the SEC. So that was all part of it. Just a brilliant, clean bill of slate. And what was the reaction in the room when you guys were hearing all this, Rodney? I think that had to be pretty cool.
Standing ovation.
Yeah, man.
People were finally glad to see that these guys had went to the bat for them to back them up. And most companies, man, they don't give you this type of, security.
Yeah.
Tell you one thing but don't show you anything. Here we have the actual slides from U.S. case law, case law, and that is that's really strong. And by the way, when they release the new funnels and the new things of that sort, these documentations will be somewhere inside the funnel where people can actually see that if they so choose to. You can even call them as long as you can afford $455 per hour. If you just want to question them about any of the stuff they have, as long as you pay their fee, you can call them as well.
They emailed all those 7 slides I just showed. They emailed that out to the field to those of us too. So I think a lot of us have seen it, and which is I mean, talk about transparency. I've never seen that before in a company.
Yeah, it's actually a 47-page document, but I can almost guarantee you that 99.9% of us would not be able to understand it. So they took the basic things from those slides from that document and put it right there and sent to all of us. Yeah,
no, that's terrific. I've got a little bit of information here about Bitcoin, but I'm going to assume that most people know Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. It's really been hot. Of course, the last week we've had another set of gyrations. It's a very volatile thing, but it has an enormous upside. A lot of economists had predicted it would hit the $5,000 to $13,000 mark. I had already topped 5,000 a couple times and then spun back down with some rumors recently. But we get these little corrections, and it has a pattern, but that pattern has been nothing but upwards. My wife Grace and I got into Bitcoin in 2014, Rodney, and when we did, it was $350 to a Bitcoin. So
wow.
We've seen a nice uptake already. When you go from $350 to, I think it's about $3,600 at the moment.
3613 to be
3613, sweet, yeah. So 36. Well, so that's 10 times more than where we started.
Right.
A lot of us, who got going in June and July, it's still a lot higher than that. It's less than it was 2 weeks ago, but I mean, this, when you look at the longer term, even the medium and long term, there's nothing but great upside.
Well, James, don't forget that no matter what it goes down to,
I think he froze up. Can you guys hear Rodney? Yep. We got Rodney frozen up somehow. No, he's gone quiet. All right. Well, we'll hope that he can get back. He was just gonna. Okay. Yep. We'll get him back in just a bit. No, it's all right. It's probably just some bandwidth. Yeah, he's gonna maybe have to log back in. So let me find out what's going on with him. I'll continue the presentation and we'll be fine. No worries. So we were just talking about Bitcoin, and you know, we know all the VIPs that have been part of things, and you know, we've heard from guys like Richard Branson, Bill Gates, Ben Bernanke, all speaking confidently about it, and even some of our other VIP investor types that have been skeptical about it have come around and enjoying it more recently. Getting some messages. Let me just see if I get Rodney in here. Okay. You guys are giving me funny comments and distracting me. All right. So let's continue on here. Cryptocurrency, we were just saying, is rising rapidly, really going up more and more and more with more commercial uptake. The commercial acceptance of it is growing all the time. I like to tell people, you know, you can tell something's commercially accepted when you start to get debit cards and credit cards. This is the one that's connected with CoinBase called the Shift card. It's a debit card. I'm covering the numbers, but it's a Visa card. And most people know when they start to get the plastic that it's a you know, like something real. It feels like money, and it does feel like money, even though it's still considered as a commodity or some sort of a product in most countries. Here's a BitPay card, different one. So we've got Shift and BitPay debit cards. Grace and I do. So you can use these anywhere in the world. You can go to an ATM, take out cash. You can buy anything anywhere. You can go to Bitcoin ATMs. I mean, those are also expanding all over the place globally. You can buy houses with them. You can buy airline tickets. You name it, pretty much everything. These are some of the ways that USI Tech has talked about how it's earning money. And one is trading Bitcoin with fiat currencies. So there's that kind of trading. There's also altcoin trading. So amongst all the other cryptocurrencies, they've been doing some of that. USI Tech has talked about investing in altcoin mining, and there might be some further announcements about that, just a little tease. And then exchange arbitrage. So even amongst the Bitcoin, you can interface with the different. We got your back, brother?
Yeah, man, I had a system crash. I don't know what happened. First time this big.
It's all good. It's all good.
You know, it always happens, man, right in the middle of something important. You know.
I know you just had a golden nugget there, and then boom, lost it.
Yeah, yeah. And I get a big system rig here too. I can't believe it. Like, check into that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries. We're all good. I'll just go back. Back one. So we were just talking about Bitcoin and where it's going. And then these are some of the things that USI Tech has said it's doing in this space, trading Bitcoin with fiat, doing altcoin trading, altcoin mining, and exchange arbitrage. And you were teasing us a little bit earlier about some of the things we might hear. And I've heard some rumors as well, but you're closer to all that. Yeah, I think it sounds like they're going to blow us away in London with some pretty exciting announcements in this space.
Okay, let me give you a little tip. Are you ready for a good tip? Now, I've been sworn to secrecy, so I can't tell you everything. But I'll give you a little tip of advice. This is not professional advice, but save up your Bitcoin. Just trust me on that one. Save up your Bitcoin and build your team like crazy right now. Eat, sleep, and go to the bathroom right now, USI, for what is about to become or what's about to happen in October 28th. And if you can get out to London, by all means, get out there. This is not going to be a long, hypey type of thing. This is going to be meat and potatoes, you know, grind, you know, tie up your boots and let's go to work type stuff, man. I mean, I've gotten some details with these guys, you know, privately. And I'm like, I can't believe it, you know? So now, if not ever, this is the time right now to get serious, get with your uplines and find out what you can do to help build your teams or to grow your package passively or whatever it may be. But save up your Bitcoins, because what's about to come is going to be unheard of. And what they're doing right now is about to conquer, you know, the same way Bill Gates put a computer on every single desk is what they're about to do. So everyone will have a product of USI in their portfolio after what's happening on October 28th.
Okay, what can we say but wow, wow, and wow? Look at, guys, this is just to give a visualization of what Rodney just said. You can have a Bitcoin and you can stick it in your wallet, and after a year, what will you have? You'll have a Bitcoin and maybe it'll go up. But if you stick that Bitcoin into USI Tech, after a year, it's going to multiply. And that's the big thing. And when you talk about that, and then we're going to talk a little bit later, if people want to be recruiting and building, you know, it's an option. There is no requirement to sell. There's no requirement to recruit. There's nothing you have to do daily. You don't have to, you know, do anything except maybe go in and look at your money. And if the auto buy isn't working, you know, go and buy some more maybe. But you can also roll up your sleeves and work on this, and many of you are. And you know, there's terrific upside to the multiplier that we have here with USI Tech, both for Bitcoin and also for other fiat currencies. So here's what USI Tech put in place, and this is the current product, the BTC product. It's a Bitcoin package. It costs 50 euros. You can only purchase it in Bitcoin. You can get in through two other ways currently, which are called Payza and To Pay for You. And Rodney, one of the exciting announcements that came out of the meeting in the U.S. and I think came out through your interview as well, we're going to have a new
Bitcoin exchanger.
Bitcoin exchanger right in the back office. Yeah, you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes. What is going to speed up your business and what is going to increase your wealth or multiply your Bitcoins will be that you'll be able to promote, hey, you don't need to go to CoinBase now or to local Bitcoin or to whomever may get cheated out of your money or who knows God what. But now you'll be able to go to USI with all your new people and they can buy their Bitcoin for as little as 50 euros up to $5,000 per day from their new Bitcoin exchanger. And the rates won't be super high, you know, it'll be market rate, but you'll be, and that may be available prior to October 28th. Do not quote me on that, but they might have it available before October 28th. So that's going to be exceptionally great right there. Another thing I wanted to say, I forgot to say it earlier, a lot of times I get very, very excited and I might stutter or skip a few words here and there. So please, if you didn't hear what I said, please ask me to repeat it, and I will repeat it again because I know I get excited and tongue-tied, and you guys are like, what the hell did Rodney just say? Then let me know and I get you right.
No, it's all good. I think we're coming across great, and thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, that Bitcoin exchanger is going to be absolutely massive. I just, you know, even in the last week, but almost every day, trying to help people get some, and you know, all of us that are earning some, maybe we'll try to exchange some money through PayPal or something with newcomers, and I've told our team about that. But yeah, that exchanger will just be such a change in the business, make it so easy for people to just get straight in, and then we don't have to educate people about exchanges and setting up accounts and that whole process. Yeah, that'll really be a game changer. Absolutely.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. So, I didn't finish explaining the package there. I better go back and do that. There we go. So every package you buy it in Bitcoin, we're just saying that it runs for plus or minus 140 working days. Don't get hung up on the days. Don't hung up on the daily return on capital. What's important to know is it's 140%, and it's a range you can get between 0.75% per day on one hand and 1.25% on the other hand. So it's a range 0.25 below 1% and 0.25 above So it's a full range. It can be anywhere in there. You see that on a daily basis in your back office, and it's working days. So we earn Monday through Friday. We're paid Tuesday through Saturday. It's 5 days a week, and that will run until you get your 140%. So you start, you buy 100 whatever or 1,000 whatever, you'll get 1,000 plus 400. You'll get 100 plus 40. So it's just 40% more, 140%. If you stick with that, don't get lost with 1% a day or 140 days or 140 working days. Just realize over that period of time, within a range that they give us, 5 days a week, they're going to pay us back 140%.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think that, and here's just a simple example. This example is done in euros, but remember that we're actually paid in Bitcoin. So this is just to help us wrap our brains around it. And if you don't understand euros, just put dollar signs in here, guys. Aussie dollars or US dollars or Canadian dollars or UK pounds. It can be any amount, just the concept. But 1,000 Bitcoin packages, the company uses euros to calculate them. So it'd be 50 euros times 20 is 1,000 euros. The runtime is approximately 140 working days. Your return on capital after plus or minus 140 working days. And as I said, it could be 130 days, 135, 137, 140, 145, 150, whatever, doesn't matter. But that 1,000 euros would become 1,400 euros. But it will become that in Bitcoin, not in euros. So I'm just this is just to help us visualize how things are working. Have you got another way to explain it, Rodney, or is this working?
You know what? Let me go back a little bit and give you a layman terms. I know I'm going back a little bit of how to explain Bitcoin to someone based upon what you have here as far as an example. And what I use, I try to break things down. I'm not as sharp as James. As you can see, I'm a little off a little bit. I'm a little more layman than him. So
you got more hair. You got more hair. That's a big advantage.
Yeah, a little bit.
You got a little bit more hair.
Just a little bit. This right here. Somebody says, Ryan, so what is Bitcoin? How does Bitcoin work? And what I'll do is I'll take some cash out of my pocket, which I very hardly ever have. And I'll say, here's $20. And I say, now tomorrow, if you still have this $20 tomorrow, that's all you got is $20. However, the possibilities of me giving you $20 in Bitcoin, and tomorrow you may have $40 or $50 or $100 because the supply and demand of Bitcoin is so high that remember at one time it was 0.0008 of a penny, and today it's between $35 to $4,200 per coin. So in the dollar bill, it's still about the same. So would you want to get paid more in fiat cash, or would you want to get paid more in Bitcoin? And when I get done going through that with them, they always say, hey, give me some Bitcoin. I've even taught some of my local businesses how to accept Bitcoin instead of accepting fiat cash. And I would tell them, hey, listen, won't you give a discount to everybody who can pay you in Bitcoin? Let's say you charge $5 or $10 less than you normally would, and keep that Bitcoin because it's going to rise anyway. And when it rises, you made more than you normally even charge for that service. And you still got paid. So, and they're like, oh, wow, it's a great idea. Just help me set up a wallet right now, and I'll start taking Bitcoin. So now a lot of my local businesses take Bitcoin just because I went there and said, hey, take Bitcoin, I'll pay you in that. So that's pretty exciting. But back to what you were saying about the example here, I apologize. I'm way off course a little bit. But yeah, I always tell everybody you're going to make 40% or around 40% on your actual return of your capital. I tell them, hey, listen, you put $100 in, get $140 back. You know what I mean? And that's only if you do not compound it. Now, once you start compounding that with the eighth wonder of the world of compounding, that 140 could turn into a lot more than 140. I don't give them exact numbers because I don't know the exact numbers, but when they hear that, they get pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I like that. Dan and Patty Hunt did a beautiful illustration of that on their webinar on Sunday, but they had a very cool $100 bill. Now I've just got 5 $20 bills, so here's $100. And just use that illustration. You buy your product, you pay, let's say, $100 for it, and then it gets paid back to you, and you get back. So you buy the product for $100, and you get back $140. And that's really what it is, and it's just paid over the course of time, depending on how much you earn every day. So that's pretty simple. You get you put in, you buy your product for whatever it is, and you get back 40% more. So 100 becomes 140. Very simple idea. They did it in a beautiful way. They did it with $1 bills. It was really nice to see. Then you could see 100 ones becoming 140 ones. Made the illustration very clear. Pretty fun illustration. They did a good job with that. Now, guys, you can get daily return on your capital that's paid into your back office daily. The earnings on your Bitcoin packs are paid, as I said, we earn Monday through Friday. It's paid Tuesday through Saturday. So we hate Sunday and Monday. No, I'm teasing. Those are days we don't get our earnings. You do get commissions if you have that, but basically you can withdraw every day, both your returns and your commissions, and it's paid in increments along the way. And those, as Rodney was saying, those commissions and their returns can also be immediately used to repurchase new Bitcoin packages. And this is something that's a really highly profitable compounding effect. And Rodney was referring to Einstein calling this compounding the eighth wonder of the world. It's the miracle in the financial industry, compounding, and it's making your money work for you. This is just one example that has been used typically, and this example pretends that back when Rodney started, one Bitcoin was $1,000 in the company. Of course, today it's 3,600 or something. It's been over 4,500 earlier this month. But after 261 working days, and those working days are approximately 1 year, that one Bitcoin would become 4.85 Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin would double or triple or quadruple, you can see that the multiplier effect there would be enormous. And if you start with more than 20 packages, you know, the money just blows you away. Grace and I started with 100 packages when we got in, and I'm not going to tell you how many packs we have now, but we're doing very nicely. And that's not a representation of earnings. That's not an earning guarantee or anything, but this system just runs like clockwork, and it runs like we're describing it to you. Now, let's talk about the comp plan and BTC, and Rodney's already teased us about the new product and the new comp plan, which is even more lucrative for this one, but we're going to make you a little bit excited. Now, here's our current compensation plan, and we've got basically, you like Rodney said, you can get in for free. Tomorrow you can make money. If you refer somebody, you get a 10% referral commission on a BTC package. There's also referrals, and we won't talk about that unless you ask some questions. There's also commissions, great commissions actually, on the Forex packages. I get earnings from the Forex business regularly as well, and you get very hefty, I think they're actually 45% commissions in the Forex business, 35% here, and I've heard the new product is 65% commissions. Rodney, am I kind of off?
Yes, it'll be 65% throughout the whole comp plan, throughout the
through the 12 levels.
Yeah, through 12 levels. But I don't know if I'm skipping the gun a little bit, but I'll just wait till the next slide, because before I let that goose out, egg out, because I don't want to get too far ahead of you.
Okay. This is the current plan, and I just wanted to, I have also put together a slide that explains what the plan, as far as I understand it, will be, and I got that from your interview, Rodney, so we might go to that. I just want to make sure that people understand this is the current plan, and until it changes, it's expected to change on or before October the 28th, but it's not guaranteed to change at that point. So, they've said it might be November 1st. I think I heard Mike Kiefer say that it could be November 1st or December 1st. They're aiming for the London meeting, and that's their objective. But at the moment, you need to get one of the two licenses, and we would only recommend the Forex license, which is a good thing to get anyway, in my opinion. And then you would refer 3 people who each purchase 12 packages, or you have 3 purchase a Forex license. This is my understanding, and Rodney, you did the interview, but this is what I heard being leaked. So the compensation plan is it would be revised whenever that changes, and it's to be determined. The first level would still be 10%. To get on levels 2 and 3, you would need 3 people who would each refer 12. To get levels 4 through 12, you would need 3 people who have 25 BTC packages. And there's no longer any requirement that you would have to purchase a product. That was on advice of counsel, as far as I understand. And the whole matrix part of the business is being done away with. So all the business will be done on the unilevel compensation plan. And basically, this is as I understand it to be. How are we doing here, brother?
James, you're doing quite well. You did it better than I can ever do it. The good thing is that you will no longer need to purchase the Forex license. The Forex license is still a great product. Trust and believe that. But they cannot force you legally, I guess, at this point in time to purchase that in order to qualify, or up to that date of November 1st or December 1st or whatever. But it would be a lot easier to qualify October 28th without purchasing the license. And a lot more people in your team will start to see a lot more success based upon this comp plan and based upon that there will be an exchange actually already on the site, which would be a lot easier for people to buy, 100 packs or 20 packs, 30 packs right there on the spot. I mean, I'm thinking that what most will probably do is urge their people to get 25 packs out the gate. That's probably one of the strategies that my team and I implement once we get in. And those who can't do it, then that's fine. They can get in and do what they can do and go from there. But James, you hit it right on the head. Got it straight.
Yeah, no, I think that's that makes sense too. It's a great start. If you buy 25 packages, it's 1,250 euros, about $1,500. That's in the range of a lot of people, and it gives you you're earning almost every day, pretty much out the gate, and you're off to a great start. And obviously there'll be people that do more than that. Some will do less, but it's a great recommendation. And if you build your organization that way with the expectation that way, people will tend to follow. So I'm sure leaders will be recommending that. That's a great tip. Thank you. But yeah, guys, I think look at this compensation plan and look at this, the far column over here, the blue. There's not too many companies. I mean, this is 35% on the BTC package. Rodney, it blows me away to think we got a more lucrative product coming that will pay almost double this amount of compensation in the 12 levels. I mean, this is going to become insane.
I'm telling you right now, man, I'm about to pee on myself. I'm getting ready to run to the bathroom right now. But what's going to happen in the near future, they're going to be, I don't want to say it because I'll get in trouble. This is being recorded. So just wait. It's going to be super exciting, man, what they got coming out with. And there's a lot of people who are going to love this type of diversification. Yeah, I'll just put it that way. It's going to be a great diversification to make sure the USI stretches on long into the future. One thing about these guys, they look towards the future to make sure if you still have income coming in, regardless what happens to Bitcoin or not, I'll put it that way, they will be able to do very, very, very well. And this is also can be done by any Joe or Joanne or average Joe or average Joanne. This is going to be exciting, man, what happens in October or the end of October.
Yeah. And I think there's two, they're teasing us. They're saying it's two major news. And I think one major news is about crypto and one other news is about non-crypto. That's it. Something like that. All right. Come on. Come on.
Something like that.
I'm trying. I know a little bit. I'm just trying to tease you. All right. All right. This is being recorded. You're being a good boy. I know. All right. I'm also trying to tease this team a little bit. I want people to be as excited as you and I are. All right, here we go. This is not an example of anybody. This is just a sample out of the back office, but I want you guys to see what Rodney was talking about before. When you look in the back office of USI Tech, you can tell that these people come from a Forex background. I mean, there's a ton of data in here, and it's being made more beautiful. Rodney, maybe we could update folks. I understand that the company's retained one of the top marketing page experts, so we've got a whole new team helping us with new marketing pages and marketing systems, and I think even an autoresponder and so forth tapped into it.
Yeah, the company has hired the most top network marketing firm in the entire world. They've hired this company to build all of their new marketing materials to be above and beyond most anything you've probably seen out there. And what I love about the USI Tech back office, James, is that everything is tracked. Everything is tracked, so there is no mistakes made. If there is a mistake made, it's tracked so they can find out where the bug is and fix it right away. That's what I love about their back office. It may not be beautiful with, flashing lights and turns of whatever, but their back office is very well calculated.
Yeah, I've learned over the years to appreciate the precision that Germans and Swiss work with. And this is a German and Swiss back office. It's not a flashy American back office, maybe, right. But it's super precise, and I love that about it. Yeah, it's beautifully done. But it records, and just for your reference, this is the number of members that you have in your team. This part of it is the Forex side of the business. This part of it is all about BTC packages. You can shop, you can rebuy, you can withdraw. There's a couple of other options here as well. Now there's a forced rebuy in the standard program. Now this is a little bit older. You can change your advertising link down here. It'll show you whether you're qualified for all commissions. And then we got just a ton of detail all along here. All this is about the BTC packages. This is more information about your team. This is different parts of the compensation plan. You can also make withdrawals. You can make withdrawals from your Forex side, your Euro amount, and you can also make withdrawals. There's a withdrawal button here. You can withdraw to your Bitcoin wallet directly from the system, and you can withdraw every day. So that's a beautiful thing. Are you withdrawing every day, Rodney?
I withdraw probably like every Sunday night or Monday morning. I draw, I think, maybe twice a week. The reason being is because I have so many people on my team that need Bitcoin. Like I don't have as many BTC packages as most, because most of my Bitcoin goes out to bring new people in when they don't have enough. I'm like their exchanger a little bit. So, so as soon as this thing is implemented for the new exchanger, my Bitcoin package will go up tremendously, because then I'll be able to save Bitcoin then and compound as much as maybe you or others are doing. But yes, you are correct.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that. I'm trying I'm trying to help the team, and yet I don't want to give away any of my Bitcoin. No, it's a personal conflict, right?
Yeah, it is. But
every time I keep thinking, this Bitcoin, every time I give away a Bitcoin, it's going to be like $13,000 in February and $50,000 in 2 years, and why am I giving it away now for $4,000?
Yeah, it'll pay off because you're building a nice size team. So when you're building a team, it'll multiply even faster. So especially in the end of October and November, man, I just cannot wait. I cannot wait.
This Bitcoin exchangers, it's just going to be a game changer. That one thing is a game changer, and we got a bunch of game changers coming here.
Correct.
Speaking of that, this is the current system. You just get equivalent of 50 euros. It calculates it automatically. I think it's updated every 15 minutes. You get that, and you can copy that into your Bitcoin wallet, or take a shot from your smartphone and just scan it in. That's how I do it. It's very simple. But we'll have an automated system that will be even better than this. You can also use Payza and To Pay for You, if that's something that you've got going. A lot of people do have Payza. I think a lot of other people have To Pay for You. And
hey, Jan, let me answer a quick question. May I answer a question?
Yep.
Okay. One of the questions is it better to wait for the new comp plan to qualify for 12 levels, or buy the fourth software now? Please do not get it mixed up. The comp plan is still as it is right now. So if I'll give you an example. I'll just say it like this. if you plan on building a nice size team, still get the Forex license now. It is still a great product. It's still a great product. They're not getting rid of it. They're just letting you know that it's not mandatory to buy in order to qualify for the pro levels. But you still would want to have it to make money from both sides. They both work conjunctly together and work very, very, very well. So my advice, but I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just telling you what I would do. I would still purchase the Forex license and get paid now. The question is, do you want to get paid now or do you want to get paid later? So most people want to get paid now and later, and that's what the Forex license does for you. So that is my question. The answer to my question you guys is asking me, is it better to wait? No, do not wait for that time. I mean, why would you want to wait when you can get the money right now? And some people will say, well, I don't have a team yet. Well, you know what? If you buy it now, it will force you to get a team. So don't wait.
Yeah, that's a good way. So you're actually, that's the expectation, the faith dimension. You take that step, and the reality will follow your action. I think that's a great example. By the way, Grace and I just multiplied our investment in the Forex side by 5 times this week, because I've been using it for about a month and was getting, after the first month, 3.9% a month on the Forex side, just with doing nothing. And I just watch it on this crazy little app on my phone, and it's just making money for me like crazy, separate from the company as well. And I love that. So the Forex product I really love and endorse. You know, you can follow it on your smartphone every day. You can watch it trade for you. It's not trading now because it doesn't trade on the weekend. But yeah, I mean, it's just a great product, and so I agree 1,000% with Rodney. So let's talk about this. We got people that need to be thinking. You just talked about kind of making the step, Rodney, but this is the beautiful Robert Kiyosaki cash flow quadrant, where 5% of the wealth is held by people on the left side who are employees and self-employed, and 95% of the wealth is held by business owners and investors. And the thing I love about USI Tech, I'd love your comments on this, is in USI Tech you get both a system, so you become a business owner if you use the marketing side of the business, but for sure you are we're not investors because we're not investing, we're buying a product, but still it's allowing us to put our money to work, so money is making money. And that's really the point of that fourth quadrant down there. And have you seen that being powerful in the lives of people that you've been working with in this company as well? Say
it again, James.
Have you seen this? I mean, the combination of being a business owner as well as having your money work for you. I mean, you can be both passive and active, and that's the point of the business owner has a system that's working for you. And to me, that translates over to, you know, building a business with a team where you're getting sales commissions and residual income, and then you know, your money working for you. That's the packages and the Forex and the products soon to come. So it seems to me we have both of those elements in USI Tech.
Yes, we do. I mean, for those who can't recruit a fly and got a little bit of money, passiveness is a great thing for them. And for those who don't mind sharing it with others, and like as a business model, can share it with a few others, learn the presentation or show the presentation, and make money by multiplying the Bitcoin with a team, or they can do both. So we have the best of both worlds as a business owner and investor and self-employed. I mean, those are amazing things. And I have a lot of testimonies on my team where young women who are single moms, tried everything in the world to earn money out there, and they got into USI Tech with me, and they're now able to purchase another car, take that car, lease it out to Uber, and make money that way, make money over here at USI. It gives them more leeway to do what they want before they didn't have that before USI. I'm not saying it couldn't be done, but USI Tech just made it a lot more possible. And it's, you know, and for the disclaimer, this is not for every person, or every person will not be able to do what she has done, but it is very, very possible depending on your work ethic.
Yeah, yeah. You know, so, another analogy I like is, you know, there's a lot of different businesses in direct sales and network marketing. We got lotions and potions and juices and pills and all kinds of great stuff, and it's a fabulous industry. But you don't typically want to buy 1,000 bottles of juice or 1,000 bottles of pills or 1,000 bottles of, you know, or I don't know, whatever. But you definitely would want to buy 1,000 BTC packages because that's a great investment. And so it's an interesting business because there's such an incentive to actually put as much of it into it as you can. And why wouldn't you? It pays out for your future forever. It's really amazing. All right, so what are the benefits? You can start as little as 50 euros. We have a 3-year proven track record in the automated trading systems. Free to join, including continuous support, lifetime updates. No experience in Forex or cryptocurrency needed. You don't have to be a tech expert. Transparent system, daily profit and withdrawals, easy to set up. Sign up for free, as Rodney's been making a point, and all you have to do is make a 50-euro decision. Mark Zuckerberg, the example here is that he invited 5 people to his Harvard dorm 9 years ago to discuss a business opportunity. 2 people showed up. Today, both billionaires, about 10 billion between the 2 of them. And here's a quote, it's just beautiful. It says, "Nothing is more expensive than a closed mind and a missed opportunity. Thinking about it for too long can cost you a whole lot of money and time." And we've been stressing that today. Man, the opportunity in this company is off the charts right now. So taking action now, as it says here, can earn you a whole lot. It's your choice, it's your life, it's up to you to make a decision today. So get back to the person who showed you, brought you this presentation. They can help you to get off to a very fast start. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stop the screen sharing here, and we got some comments and some questions. I know, Rodney, you're going to probably have to scoot here, but let me just check. We answered the questions. I think we got some questions. That's been answered. Oh, we got someone asking about, yeah, thank you. You answered that one. Someone asked about tax implications. You have to check with a tax expert on that. Let's just go through the chat, make sure we've answered all your guys' questions. How are we doing here? Any questions for Rodney? Can you go to London to meet the owners ASAP? Yeah, Rick. Buy your tickets. I think you might have missed out. I think the cutoff
VIP,
was the 15th for the discount. Yeah.
Yeah, the VIP is totally sold out regardless.
Yeah.
The VIP is totally sold out regardless. And there's only a very few left of the general session. However, you'll still be able to meet and greet with the owners as well once you get there. Just get there. I have a guy I was talking to yesterday, and he's dropping in $100,000, right? And I said, you know, hey, look, if you drop 100 grand, I'll make sure you get a VIP ticket once you get there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I had a lady hand me a check for $30,000 on Monday this week. I mean, it's amazing. People are getting it. They just get it.
Here's the question. It says, someone on Facebook is asking if USI Tech has SEC approval or just a paid-for opinion from HTC. So let me explain that a little bit to you guys. It's just not a paid approval, because if it was just a paid approval and something did go wrong, that means that the company themselves, HTC, Hart, David, and Carlson, they're liable to the SEC, not USI Tech. They're on the hook for making sure that our back offices or our practices are in congruent with case law of U.S. regulations. We're not certified by SEC or FTC, but and we don't want to be, because we're not even based here in the United States. We're allowed to do business properly inside the USA. That's to Norman Mann. I was answering your questions on that one.
Yeah. So Norman, the legal opinion, neither the SEC nor the FTC give approvals. So that's not even, it's never the question. There's a lot of misunderstanding about that. So you go to a reputable law firm and you get a legal opinion, and they assess it, and they're experts, and they give the opinion that everything is compliant. And they spent 4 months going through everything from A to Z in USA Tech and put their name on the line, as Rodney has said. So I think that's what's going on there. So you can answer that question properly. A lot of people misunderstand things and don't know what even the SEC and the FTC are. So they give out the wrong kind of information. So great. thanks for asking about that. It helps us to clarify that out here.
Hey,
Let's see, we got
Anthony Bruno says, if my wife registered under me, would I get commission? No. Before August 1st, yes, but not now. I'm talking to, I think, Anthony. It cannot be under the same household. Anything after August 1st, which was my birthday, by the way. Anything after August 1st, anything after August 1st, you cannot sign up someone in the same household. That could be under another address or something to that degree. They're only doing one per household now to make sure that everybody gets the proper commissions and no stacking is involved. So to answer your question, Anthony, that's the answer.
They have announced that they're going to be implemented, but I don't know when they'll have this customer function in, Rodney. They did mention that if you had someone in your household who wanted to be a customer and not an affiliate, that would be possible in the future, but they don't have a customer status in the company yet. So I don't know when that part will be coming into effect. Do you know anything more on that one?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to that, yes, they'll be able to do that, but not as of yet. They've been talking about this for a while. Even when I first came in, I heard them asking about people stacking and things of that sort, and robbing the upline of the 10%, 3%, and things of that sort. And it's just to make sure that, we all get paid fairly, the company is not, defrauded, and of course everybody always finds a way to do whatever, but they're going to do the best they can from their point of view to make sure everything's done on the up and up.
I've just been guessing, but my guess is, we've been told also that the new websites will have an affiliate side and also a customer side. So I'm assuming that ability to sign up someone in your household as a customer would only come into effect when we have the websites to be able to do that. But that's just me putting 1 + 1 together.
That is true. However, that person who signs up as a customer will never, ever be able to become an affiliate.
An affiliate, right.
Right. So
there's no stacking and having them do recruiting and get multiple commissions off the same household.
Right, exactly. So I'm not sure if they said that the customer can only have one level. I'm not sure, or no levels at all. They did tell me that answer, but I cannot recall at the moment. So let's see.
I think we got another question here. I think buying coins via USI will help the sign up, as people don't really know that they need a wallet and they need to buy the coins and transfer. So some say, yeah. So Adam's asking or making that comment. Yeah, I think that's a really good comment. That's kind of what you were stressing, Rodney. Yeah.
Yeah. Says I think multiple people in the same household. Upline sponsor is different. All I know right now, Norman, is that they cannot have two people in the same household. What you might be able to do when that happens is send a support ticket first, ask them, and whatever they tell you that you can do as far as that's concerned, then that's law on their side. They say okay, then go with it. And they don't say okay, you got to figure out another way to get it done. But they said from now on, there are no two individuals after August 1st that can hold positions, and then, or it may be even two different people, different sponsors. But if that's the thing, I guess maybe you should have a different address or whatever. But make sure that you run that by support first to make sure your account doesn't get canceled and lose all that money. Maybe you're saying to lose all that without asking first.
Yeah, all of us are getting a lot of questions about that. For example, in some countries, there's more than one family that live in the same household. I've heard even one of my team members in Southern California, where real estate is expensive, they rent people out at a place upstairs, so they wanted to get into the business and now have the same address and not separate apartments and so forth. So I think the main thing is, like you said, run it by the support, get clearance for it, and then follow their guidance. Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Kareem is asking, does USI Tech have an office in Manila? Yes. We don't have the address. I don't know the address, but I know that was opened when 2 weeks ago or something, Rodney? Maybe.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks ago. Nice office was opened up in Manila. I'm also right now I'm in talks with the ownership right now of getting an office here in Washington, D.C. as well.
Awesome.
So we're talking about that right now, going through to figure out what it would take to do that, and it'd be right here in Washington, D.C. And I got some really heavy investors ready to rock and roll. So once I get all that taken care of, I'll be the first one to let you guys know. We have one right now in Brazil, small office. We have one in Dubai. We have one in somewhere in Spain and one in Manila. So they're popping up all over the place right about now.
Japan also, I think, yeah?
Where?
Japan?
Yeah, I think so. Japan too, yeah, as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Japan, yeah.
Okay. Oh, you had already answered that question. Yeah, good for you. You're way ahead of me, man. All right, let's see how we're doing. I think. Okay, Rick wants a VIP ticket. All right, so we'll figure out. Rick.
Tell Rick to get there, and we'll work on it from there.
We'll get you in, Rick. That you got my promise on that. We'll get you in.
I work hard for my team. I work very hard for my team. Believe that. I'll do whatever I can to pull strings, and I got a little bit of pull, so we'll see what happens.
I got to introduce you to Rick, by the way, Rodney.
Okay.
Rick is a major player.
Super cool. Love that.
Yeah. Mr. Rick Ricketts, by the way, this is a famous name. This guy was back in Excel. He was one of the top earners in Excel. He's a name in the industry. Just joined our team in the last 2 weeks, and welcome again, Rick. We're going to bring you out maybe in the next week or two to do get your thoughts on the company. I know you're rocking it like crazy, but we'll take good care of you in London. Don't worry. All right. Any other questions? Can you open an office in California? I don't know. Rodney, you got dibs on Washington, D.C. first, huh?
Yeah. We have a big team in California as well. If things go well with the D.C., I'm sure that we can move forward toward California. And this is all speculation. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I will work on that as well. For a lot of you guys who are trying to contact me on Facebook, I'm getting all these messages on Facebook right now. Text me on Facebook first, and then I'll add you because I don't know who is who. So you let me know, hey, I'm the guy from the actual webinar, and then I'll accept you. And I'll just delete some poor bastard and bring you on, and you're all good.
Yeah, there we go. All right, well, we got some more questions. Let me just check the Q&A. We got some more open questions here. So, I live in the 4th floor of an apartment block, so I can't sign up someone on the 1st floor who's not related to me since the address is the same. What if they added different apartment numbers? Yeah, I think if you have different apartment numbers, that's going to be fine. That's going to be a difference. They are talking about Australia. Actually, some of our friends here are asking about USI Tech opening. Any no idea about the dates in the city? I've heard that coming also.
Okay, I do know this. September 28th of this month, there is a big meeting in Seattle, Washington. I think I'll be attending that one.
That one's just in Bellevue, just across the lake. I'm a Seattleite.
Okay, cool. All right.
It's Bellevue, but that's just Seattle technicality.
Okay.
Bellevue is where Bill Gates is from, so they got a lot of money over there.
There you go. Good. So I'll be going to that event. The next event that I know of is in Mallorca, then the one I'm going to have in London. But I think they're going to start putting out an event calendar. So everybody would know, can go to and figure out where the events are to start sending your team members to the events because you can't have them all in the same place. I just had an event myself. It was very successful here in DC, and it went very well. And everybody signed up. It went very good. As soon as I get my back healthy again, I just had surgery, and I'll be back to doing some more events in the near future.
Yeah, I know one of our team is down in Richmond, Virginia, only a couple hours from you, who wants to do an event, I think October the 16th. I might check back with you on that. We'd like to rock that area. Yeah,
bring it on, Brad. I mean, whatever you need, I'm here. I love to work. I'm one of them guys. I like getting to the field and stringing my boots up and getting it in. I enjoy it. And I do this full time. I love this. I love what I do. Yeah,
no kidding. So, guys, that's maybe a good reminder. If you want to do meetings, we're always available for like web broadcasts, and if we're around and we can be physically in a meeting, But USI is really encouraging a lot of local meetings. If you can set something up, more than happy to do that. And yeah, I mean, a lot of you guys are in cutting edge places, whether it's Richmond, Virginia, or Perth, Australia, or Slovenia. I see you asking me to come to Slovenia. So, Rodney, you want to go to Slovenia?
I don't care.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Where's that at? Russia, where's that at?
Slovenia is just kind of southeast of Germany. Yeah. So there we go.
All right, let's do it. I'm sure we can find something fun to do in Germany.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They got great Mercedes-Benz there.
Exactly. Yeah, they do. They do some nice car bonuses there. Actually, I will be in Europe twice in October. You know, we're going to be there in London, but yeah, I got to be back there twice. In fact, just never know. All right, guys. I think we got any closing thoughts, Rodney?
Get excited. Buckle your boots up. Build now more than ever. Get with your upline to figure out a way to start doing some. Let me give a few tips on marketing, if you don't mind, right quick.
Yeah, let's go for it.
I only brought in 257 personals, but I got about 80% of them active. So sometimes it's not all about getting how many you get in, it's how many you get active. That's the most important thing. Somebody who gets in doesn't do anything, just taking up space. Okay. So walk your people through the system, and as soon as they get in, have them contact you, have them go to the certain Facebook groups, get them engaged, and find out, are they serious or not? Ask them, like, well, how much are you willing to put in? Or what are you trying to do? What are you trying to get out of this? Get engaged with the people ASAP. Don't leave them laying around too long. Because when they sign up or go through that process, there's a reason why, and you want to keep that thought in their head and get with them as soon as possible to get them activated. Number one, use your free social media. Use your free Facebook. Use your free Instagram or your Snapchat, things like that, because social media is very, very powerful. One of my main things I always teach all my clients is those who post the most make the most. I'll say it again. Those who post the most make the most. So start leading with great content. If you don't know what great content is, Google what is great content, and it'll show you what it is. I mean, it ain't got to be everything business. It can be like I posted the other day about me passing out, in the emergency room. My stuff needling me, and I passed out, or my hair is not cut off yet, or whatever. But post great content, about your family, about your friend, things that happen to you every day. Then some more business, and build up people going to your page in the morning before they go to their own page. Get to the point where your Facebook page is monetized, meaning that most everything you post, somebody buys. That's most important. So get great content. And then if you got some money, then get with me or James and learn how to buy traffic. And then, because traffic is also great. And, so there's many different things that can go on and on and on. But I want to give you guys the twos and fews of great tips in your marketing. Use your social media. And if you do not have a lot of friends on your Facebook channel, then increase it by using YouTube and Instagram to help build, that circle. All right. I can go on and on, but I won't because I have things to do. But I'm glad to be here. Hope that helped out a little bit. Thank you, James.
Hey, Rodney, awesome tips. Those are golden nuggets, guys. So take that into account. Video is really the messenger, but posting all kinds of content, and it can be Bitcoin related, it can be Forex related, it can be business opportunity, it can be money multiplying related. It can just be funny pictures and inspirational posts. We do all that stuff, and we'd be glad to help any of you also with that. And Rodney's obviously a fount of information on that as well. So, and that's really what I also wanted our team to understand is, we've got, Rodney is a great resource. Above Rodney, there's some great resources in the company. We've got Jameson, we got Frank, we got myself. So just put us to work and get excited.
Abuse us.
Use us and abuse us. Absolutely. All right, my friend. Ben, great to see you. Actually, we'll see you in London or in Mallorca, I guess, first in 2 weeks. So we'll be hanging out on the island and the beach and enjoying some great food at company expense. That'll be fun.
Correct. That's correct. It's gonna be some exciting times. And look, I party like a rock star. I get it all the way in. You're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it too. We're coming in on, Grace and I are coming in on the Wednesday before everything gets started. So we're going to hang out on the beach and enjoy it for a while. I probably see you there.
Yeah, I'm leaving on the 4th, but I won't get there to the 5th, but I'm staying to the 10th.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, that'll be awesome. That'll be fun. So we'll have two chances to Mallorca and London in the month of October. Absolutely
Right.
awesome. Well, you're the man, brother. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for coming in and giving so much of your time. I know you got to get running. Guys, to all of you, we're going to end the recording here. I actually will stop the recording so we can get this saved. I'll actually stay on. I know Rodney's got to go. I'll stay on and we can talk about questions and talk about marketing and maybe talk about our group and other things that we can do to build for those of you who want to stay a little bit longer. But for all of us, Rodney, our salute. Thank you, brother. And great webinar, fabulous information. Thank you so much for your support. And we'll look forward to working with you and building a dynasty together.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, everybody. Thank you. We'll stop